Folks, hello and welcome to Iron Rations. I am your host, your bartender in the very loud shirt.
Look at that thing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you why in a moment. But with me,
it's a tie-dye wife beater, man. Look at that.
This is.
Although Rach might kick your ass, but it's a tie-dyed wife beater.
It really, and if you don't know why we refer to it as a white beater, I guess you haven't lived in
urban environment. We're not endorsing beating wives. We're not saying beating wives is good. Anything about beating women or anything like that. All we're saying is there's a phrase that goes back.
Yeah, back a while.
Yeah.
But with me is Joe the lawyer. Joe and I do this every other week on Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we do it live. So you get what you get, and you can't complain. There's no refund.
Well, they can complain. We just don't listen.
That's too. So the reason why I am wearing tie dye. Actually, it's not a bad tie dye either. And that's a pretty good design, right? If you're gonna do tie dye, at least it's not like gonna make you have a seizure or something. I hope. It's a tie dye undersized white beater, because normally I would wear like an extra large or a double X, usually double X, to carry my no longer off duty, my retired firearm. But since we're doing this for the benefit, next week we're going to be doing it for St. Jude's. Rach is going to make me do yoga. Listen, I'm going to make the excuse that I am going to look like I don't know, a really bad heavy metal rocker with the tie-dye shirt and the tight leopard pattern.
I can't wait.
Whatchamacallit, yoga pants, and I got the frilly cuffs, and we're all in. We are all in to raise good money for charity. Rach is going to make sure that while I embarrass myself by the way I'll be dressing, I won't hardly embarrass myself with my yoga poses. That's the goal, but I'm not sure how good we'll get on that one.
I just can't wait for that. I mean, do you have a feather boa? Because if not, I'm hitting Amazon. You got a feather boa?
We have a feather boa.
Yeah.
And we have the headband in like white and furry.
Nice.
Is it pink and furry, right, or white and furry?
Pink.
Sorry, pink and furry headband with
Nice.
matching wrist sweat cuff thing.
Now, are you going to do my idea where if you hit a certain point of bid, I think you're going for $500 is the goal, I think you said, right?
Listen, the goal is whatever. Now, actually, there's two ways I could do this, and we could do this with people sending money to my account, but the problem with that is YouTube will take 35%. So what I'm going to
even on a super chat tip?
Yeah, super chat to take 35%.
No shit.
So what I'd like to do is I can find a direct link to a St. Jude's donation spot that we can have a unique link. I believe you can probably do that.
Okay.
I will set that up.
Nice.
And then when you make a donation, you just say in the chat, hey, made a donation. If you want to add like a 99-cent like super chat to it, just so it can pop up and my niece Shannon will see it better, you can do that, and then she'll blow it up on the screen, and you'll get the credit for your donation. Like, oh, Joe just said he donated $100 to St. Jude's.
And I did commit to a $100 donation if you do this. So I'm all in. I'm all in.
This is going to be fun.
It's like the difference, though, between tipping you $100 for dressing evocatively and tipping a stripper $100 is we're having a whole different kind of a tip going on right now.
Yeah,
you're not.
You're not going to get any excuse me, you should have been. You came here in jeans. It should have been sweatpants. You're not going to get that, dude.
Well, this begs the question, though. I mean, because are you going? Remember my idea was you pay either you hit a certain threshold or you tip a certain amount of money, and Eric dons an article of clothing.
And I can actually like step out for a minute and come back with a different set of.
All right.
No.
How does that work?
I just step out behind the curtain, and Shannon will go, "Hi, Uncle's going to be more stupid."
That's not how yoga classes go.
Oh. Sorry. Can't do it. There's got to be legitimacy to the class, even if I myself will be totally illegitimate.
I don't say legitimacy. That's the way we roll, man. Here's what I'm thinking, though. You could tip. You could either tip to place an article of clothing on you, whether you step outside or not, or since Rachel doesn't want you to leave in true stripper pole style, you tip to take an article of clothing off.
You don't want me to take off anything. All
I'm
right?
talking, you got to start fully loaded. Start with the
No.
hat, the feather boa, the gloves. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
That's fine. You can take clothing
Oh.
off.
Oh, Rachel's endorsing Eric the stripper.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna go out. I was
Wait.
like, what are you doing?
Wait,
Eric,
wait.
Rachel,
I don't
please
know what
bring
you'll
dollar
think
bills. Bring dollar bills and throw them at Eric while he's taking his clothes off. I beg of you. It'd be like a Greek wedding and a strip bar all rolled into one
No,
here.
do that while he's laying in Shavasana.
What's that?
She should do that when I'm laying in Shavasana.
I don't know what Shavasana is. It sounds kinky.
I don't know.
Corpse pose.
It sounds pretty kinky though.
When I'm in corpse pose playing dead, she's gonna throw money on me.
Oh, is it? So that's not a position from the Kama Sutra. That's the whole
No.
yoga, different Indian
That's
position
how
we're talking about here.
That's not the yoga you're thinking of. We're so sorry. But in any case, this will be Saturday night, October 30th, 8 p.m. You've been advised. You've been warned.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, having an actual link where you can donate will be actually even better, because then even when people watch it later,
yeah, that's true. The link is live. That's a great idea.
Live, we can get more people donating.
Yeah.
Again, my niece Shannon, she's all in. She's the one that picked out this shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
that's good.
You can have 3 sets of yoga pants. Like,
oh my God, do you
like,
know how fucking hot I'll get in 3 sets of yoga?
That bigger pants.
Are you saying you look hot in yoga pants, Eric? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm gonna be hot.
Yeah.
It's
It's gonna be all sorts of hot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see Rach, I hope you got the what do you call it? The thing you smack the horse's ass with that dominatrixes use. I hope you got one of them and it gets in the,
No.
You could tip for that. Just like on Chatterbait. You could tip to spank them.
Listen, I don't want to get banned. Don't want to get banned from YouTube, and I don't know what gets you banned. But something like that, it could possibly cause an issue. So I like your brother's comment, though. I bet put in the strippers you tip.
I never strip. I don't tip strippers. Strippers tip me. All right, I don't tip strippers. That's not how it goes.
Why is Elton John here tonight?
Elton John.
Elton John. I got to I guess a little bit more colorful than.
Wait a minute. Yes, you know what? I'm gonna put on my. I got a set of 3D glasses here. Hold on. Holy shit! Dude, your man boobs really pop in those things when you're talking 3D glasses. I mean, this is like, whoa, ho.
Get ready with your 3D glasses.
I love you too, Joe.
For all you guys wondering why I'm not doing yoga, if Eric looks like, compared to me in that outfit, Eric looks like the Bruce Jenner of the Wheaties box days.
I can't put this arm up. Oh,
yeah. There you go. Compared to me,
You can. The other one you can.
I can do it this way.
You did it that way. That was fine.
I'm like, oh yeah, I can go. I can do the one-handed. I can't do both.
Oh God, my brother says I just got exposed for what I'm doing when I'm not playing. I got a lot of tabs on my computer and a couple screens here. I could be doing what I am playing for all you know.
We've already had that happen on CNN. We don't need it to happen here.
Oh, that was something. Yeah, that guy. Those fucking boxers. That's fantastic. Because every guy, I'll tell you what. Not that I'm saying I do this when I'm working from home, but come on. If they're only seeing you from the waist up, Jesus Christ, what the hell?
My God, I need shirt, tie. Business jacket.
It's like the work from home mullet. It's the work from home mullet. It's all from the top up. You're all business, and the bottom down. It's the party.
Like, hold on, I'll be right back. You forgot to turn off your screen.
Oh shit! Free balling it today. I see. Oh man.
So Joe,
so this is good, man.
Saying when referring to Eric, it's ma'am.
No. I think I beat Eric in the man boobs department. I gotta say so, but I'm losing weight. I'm down to, as of today, dude. I'm down 70 pounds.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm so gleeful. I'm having a piece of pizza. No, I'm doing pretty good so far. So good.
You are down one Shannon, one niece.
Nice. And I got 4 more nieces to go before I get to where I get my goal. Something thereabouts.
Gamers Hell.
What's that?
Go ahead, get rich.
You'll have to join us one night on Game.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think I did that. I was talking about the early days of the weight loss over COVID. That's kind of when I started. I'm like, yeah. Because I was like, I'm not going out. I'm not doing anything. I might as well learn how to cook other than mac and cheese and, pasta,
Right.
single guy food, So I'm like, it's good. So yeah, a couple of girls at work, they were like cooking food fanatics, and they were all texting each other and me and about what they're cooking. I'm like, I felt left out, so I better get like what did I buy? A Dutch oven? What are those things? I'm baking bread. I got a wok. I'm cooking Chinese food because one of the women I work with, Chinese, she giving those recipes. I'm like, learn all this stuff, Yeah. I brought the cast iron pans out and mastered the world's greatest ham and cheese omelet in the cast iron pan. I mastered that. And so yeah, it was been fun. It's fun. Oh, yoga together. Sweating with the oldies. Oh my God, that's great.
Oh my, well, you know what? This is more Richard Simmons than it is Elton John.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Elton John, you have to have the glasses for Elton John.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I could put the glasses on.
Oh, dude, you got sunglasses?
But no, I don't have sunglasses.
All right.
Should I wear them down my nose like this?
Yeah, that's definitely oldies. Speaking of old, dude, I had to stop. I was like hustling to get here because I stopped at my parents' house. My brother's listening. Hey, remember the people who were going to show up at our parents' house? The brother and sister, the old couple, and the daughter who showed up. Now, we grew up in this area in our town. An old Italian guy and his wife had 5 kids, and they bought 5 houses right next to each other so that each kid had a house when they passed, and they all lived there. It was like the Kennedy compound, but Italian. So it was like good food. One of the brothers moved out, and we ended up renting a house growing up, and we lived above a liquor store, but we shared a backyard with 5 houses, and all of them family going back generations. And so it was kind of like being a little Italy back there back in the day. Oh, wow. Now, yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, they had a big yard, pool, the whole bit. And so we were treated like family, and we still, so anyway, everybody's older. Everybody's in their 80s now, and they came to my parents' house, and I stopped by to see them. And the daughter of our landlord, who I don't know if you know this, my brother, she's 6 years older than me. So I'm 51. And now this girl, when we moved in there, I was 13. The guy, the landlord, had 5 daughters who were all 4, 5, 6, 7 years older than us. So as a 13-year-old boy moving in with beautiful Italian women in the pool, dude, fuck the succubus page in the Monster Manual. That's all I'm saying, all right? I mean, these are gorgeous girls, and they brought all their girlfriends over, and oh my God. So it's like, I can't take it, but anyway. So I stopped by, and she was there, and I'm like, damn, man, still beautiful. Some people age very, very well. They really do. And she's a good, happy person, it's still beautiful. And so, you look back at the, I wouldn't call her less of a crush and more of a, oh my God, so gorgeous. Oh my God, I can't believe it kind of girl. Right. But yeah, still beautiful. Some people hold it up, and I think so much of it is attitude. It's maybe delving into, the health podcast, but it's so much of it is attitude, mental attitude, because she was always the happiest person I ever knew. And I think laughter and smiling and just enjoying life and not being pessimistic, that adds years and years, man. It really does. Yeah, it's fantastic. But dude, as I was coming up here, though, I was thinking, what's new with the Dungeons and Dragons movie? I haven't heard boo about this, right? So, right. So yeah, it's still going.
Asking you shall receive. Hold on a second. Yeah. Let's pull up the wiki page so my loud shirt doesn't blind anybody with any permanent disabilities. So there. Now it's at the corner of your screen. That's
there you go.
So so the movie, which was initially I think announced for a 2021 release, but then got coveted. Coveted.
Yeah, is that a new thing? A verb now? Are we coveting things?
I got coveted. You get coveted? Yeah, no, it got coveted.
That's funny.
The whole job got coveted and got delayed. So yeah, now it's gonna be a 2023 movie, March 3rd, 2023. So we've got a little bit less than a year and a half to wait. Or to put it another way, if you were a Far West backer, it still won't be out by then.
You gotta get the shot in. Huh?
I gotta get that shot in. Sorry, so sorry.
Oh God.
So Zachary, we'll come back to that question after this.
It's a good question, though. It'll delve into other things we want to touch on about unions.
You're talking to people that were union members and
still am
were civil servants.
Mm-hmm.
So So in any case, the D&D movie is starring Chris Pine, and if you don't know who Chris Pine is, He's been the new James T. Kirk in the rebooted Star Trek movie.
Which I liked. I got to say, I liked it. I liked him. I know it's a different approach than the original Shat, but I think he did a decent job without being Shat. He didn't have to try to be Shat, you know? By the way, all praise William fucking Shatner for going to space. The man is a god. And I'm enjoying the shit out of these memes that are going out that he sees his own Enterprise and a Death Star out the window or something. Anyway, go back to this.
So, Chris Pine was also, Steve Trevor? And
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, my first Wonder Woman, it didn't click that was him because
I know he looked different.
My first viewing of the Wonder Woman movie was with my niece, and since I couldn't stay because I got great seats in a great theater, that awesome seating, and nothing around you,
nice.
And about 15 minutes into it, she's like, "Uncle," I'm like, "Yeah," and it's a couple of years ago, so she was like 6. So,
yeah.
Do you think this movie is appropriate for a child? Janet, it's Wonder Woman. You're a girl. It's got to be good. Come on, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Then we get further into it, and now it's a war scene, and and there's people dying and shit. Uncle, I'm like, yeah. Do you really think this is appropriate for a child my age? And all I'm thinking of, I paid for 2 fucking tickets, 2 popcorn, 2 fucking sodas.
It's like $6,000, you know.
And I have this child asking me, and we're not even halfway into the movie. She's like, and she's looking at me with like those eyes that like the soul searching eyes, like, I mean, really? Do you think this is appropriate for me to see? And then now it's like, all right, come on, let's go.
He's a funny kid. Speaking of which, does she watch our show here tonight? Does she watch this?
She always watches Gamers Health.
All right.
Okay. But occasionally she watches some other ones. She'll make comments. She goes, "Oh, I saw your friend Mike on," but she won't. I think these live streams are just a little bit too long for her.
All right, good, because that way I don't want to censor. But if she's watching,
no, you don't. No, I told you I don't censor. She's the one that was like when I'm like, Shannon. You watch? She's like, yeah. Uncle curses. I say bad. I use bad language. She's like, Uncle. Yeah, I have a daddy.
Her dad is probably like the dude from what is that? The Christmas Story movie. Curses up a storm when he's fixing the furnace, like that kind of thing. It's like, you're nothing, Uncle. Segueing from that back to the D&D movie. I don't know how we have 7 steps from Kevin Bacon to this.
We always do 7 steps from Kevin. So now, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez. Michelle Rodriguez is like ageless at this point. I don't think this woman has aged in the last 20 years.
Yeah, amazing.
God bless her.
Amazing.
Justice Smith, I believe that is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's.
Is it? Or are we just saying he's just because it's Smith? Because I don't see that, right? Let me look. All right.
I'm gonna have to. Let's see.
Yeah.
His father is African American.
They're not saying who his father is, though.
All right, and his mother is of Italian and French Canadian descent. All right.
No, he's not. Different dude. I clicked a couple links down. Right. Different dude. All right. Anywho.
So then.
Who the fuck are these people other than Hugh Grant? Who the hell are we dealing with here? Who are these people, man?
Why is he now? Hugh Grant was born. He's 81. No, he's 61. He's 61 years of age.
Mr. Romcom. He must be the bad guy because he's too good looking.
Oh yeah,
he's not good looking enough to be the good guy anymore, right? He can't be the lead.
He's playing like the Jack Palance role.
The Jack Palance role. Yeah. Guys, if we're talking about the original D&D movie, he was such an over the top ham. It was hilarious. It was goddamn hilarious. It was cringeworthy and funny all at the same time.
Well, you have to go back and watch Hawk the Slayer and watch the same thing. It's like, oh my god, he is chewing up the scenery and spitting it out. He's just, But all right, I don't know who. Sophia Lillis, Chloe Coleman, Jason Wong, Daisy Head. All right, I'm sorry. That's a horrible name if you're going to go into show business. Daisy Head?
Yeah. Keep it simple. Keep it cool. You know who has the best fucking movie actor name of all time? And I think this is a real fucking name. Wolf Blitzer. That's the
Oh,
fucking
God,
name
yeah.
of it. That's a. I mean, he's Wolf Blitzer, so he's not a leading man, obviously, but he looks like a fucking werewolf. But that kind of name is leading man name. You know what I mean? That's it. I mean, he has the best fucking, you know. Hey, Tim is in the house.
Tim
Snickle is in the house. Snickle is as well. This is my character Snickle, this is the picture I use in Roll20 when I play him. He's a sewer worker and he's a thief, but he didn't even use any thief ability. Still third level, and he is on his third campaign in a Tim Shorts campaign string. And I think this may be a record because, as you know, Tim kills his characters when they walk down the street and take a shit in the corner. So this is it. I mean, he is a badass. He is a badass.
He only kills them after the shit when they try to clean up themselves. That's when he kills you. He waits for the opportune moment.
Yeah. You made it back to the inn with all your gold, booty, and treasure. You're sitting down enjoying your ale. Make a saving throw versus poison.
So
he's
Sophie,
good. He's fair.
Sophie Lillis is the girl from the new It movie. I didn't even realize there was a new It movie. I actually didn't realize. I just didn't watch
the horror movie. It?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, they keep on rebooting some of the stuff.
By the way, no creativity left.
It isn't the same Smith, but apparently, I caught this article the other day, and it really made me cringe. They are rebooting Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Have they no creativity left anywhere?
No.
Anywhere? I mean, look at this. I'm looking at the development of this thing, and you're reading this. And guys, I mean, I think everybody knows at this point who Joe Manganiello is, that dude who was a stripper in that movie. Speaking of stripping, Eric, the stripper in that movie. Now he's a writer for D&D and stuff. He does D&D stuff. He wrote, I think he's had his Dragonborn characters, stole the eye or hand of Vecna and put it on his arm or whatever. So yeah, he's big. He loves D&D, has an enormous D&D dungeon. He was writing a script and taking it all to the right parties, and it ended up not being his thing. Now, right. Joe Manganiello would have had a badass movie. He is a massive Dragonlance fan. I guarantee you, he was pitching Dragonlance at first. I mean, that would have been a fantastic fucking movie. Well, oh my God, would have been great.
I don't know if you realize this, and it's been a couple of years since I covered this over on a blog side. But the rights for Dungeons and Dragons have been screwed up forever.
The movie rights? Really?
That's why Sweet Pea Entertainment is attached to this. And that's why you had such shitty movies coming out for D&D, because they had to keep the license, they had to keep producing movies. So just like there was a Fantastic Four movie that never actually got released.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to keep rights to it. It was a horrible, shitty movie. But they didn't tell any of the actors in it that this movie isn't meant to be released. It's just meant to hold on to.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they were doing the same with the Dean. That's why the movies that we were getting were so shitty.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's also the schmuck that thinks he's the god of Dragonlance and forced a dragon into the HeroQuest board game.
What? I know that Manganiello is a huge Dragonlance fan, but I don't know what you're talking about. The schmuck thinks the god of Dragonlance. I know he loves Dragonlance. He's talked about it before. He'd be a great Caraman. I mean, he'd be a fantastic Caraman, I think.
I mean, I've never met the guy. I've seen him in person at GaryCon.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, his wife was not there.
Oh.
But Joe carries himself as, the cool gamer.
Yeah.
That probably spent $500,000 on his gaming basement. Which
I saw a video of him playing a game at a con. It was a live stream as well with a bunch of regular schmucks. I don't know what con it was. I went to GaryCon for all I know. It's about 10 people around a table, and it was old school game. And he was playing. He was acting like a normal dude. He didn't Joe Manganiello himself. He didn't Mr. Hollywood himself, which I give him kudos for. At heart, he thinks he tries to be like just another geek. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. But I don't know. I mean, he had the script. And it would have been fantastic because he's a true fan and he's old school, right? But I don't know who these people are. Does anybody know what the hell the plot is? I haven't seen a plot leak of this thing yet. I could imagine there's a dungeon and a dragon somewhere along the line, and walking through the woods, and 7 heroes must save the day, and they're all going to be the
Wikipedia has nothing about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Development, casting, filming, and release.
Yeah.
And the release date went from July 23rd of this year to November 19th of this year. To accommodate Mission Impossible 7 before being pushed back again to May 27th of next year due to the pandemic. And And then this past April, they said, nah, March 3rd of 2022. So
I mean, that's 2 years, almost 2 years after, because it said filming completed August 19, 2021. So just 2 months ago, and now we have release date to March 2023. That's almost 2 years away from when the filming was done. I mean, Jesus, there must be a lot of special effects. Holy crap! I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
See, Joe.
What's that?
Joe Marconi is the Steve Buscemi of D&D, walking into everywhere saying hello, fellow kids. His only claim to fame is being married to some Spanish actress with a sizable keister.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't
Interesting.
understand that.
But you just know she'd sell the Nespresso machines.
The Nespresso, and she was doing Head and Shoulders.
Oh, dude, that's the only commercial I've ever really liked in the last couple of years is her doing those Head and Shoulders commercials. That was all right. I don't mind that.
Is she Colombian or Venezuelan? I think Colombian.
I don't know. I don't. See, she's not, I have to look her up, and then we're gonna go down
another rabbit hole.
Yes, another rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well,
This
that's
time,
kind of where we
not
live.
from me or Joe, or not from one of our listeners.
Rachel did it.
Yeah,
rabbit hole, all about. Yeah. She's hot. I mean, I can understand why Rachel's kicking it to her like that. I understand. Right?
Joe, you're a bit influenced.
I know. Two more drinks in me, we're all done. By the way, I had I may or may not have had an edible earlier. When it kicks in, if you hear that's my head. Right. All right. So just be warned. I may drop off a little bit. All right. So
medical emergency.
None.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the plot? Because I have nothing. I was hoping some audience guy would know about the plot. Some clue. I don't know what it is.
Well, you know what? I'm going to guarantee you, it's not going to read like a D&D adventure.
No, it won't.
They don't do it. The only one that really read like a D&D adventure was Hawk the Slayer. That came pretty close.
As poor as it was, dude, I watched that over COVID. We were talking at some point, I think, of texting about movies and what we liked or whatever. Right. And that's the one movie that it just missed me. So my brother, you got to watch this thing. It would have been the greatest movie of all time at 12.
Oh, that's fun.
All right. So, but when you watch it as an adult, it's like the difference between watching the original Batman or Robin from the 60s with Adam West as a kid and loving it because it was so badass, and watching it as a 45-year-old and saying this is the greatest thing ever for a whole different reason. Right. So that's what Hawk the Slayer is. If you watch Hawk, Gothridge, a big fan there, Tim, huh? If you watch Hawk now, if you have never seen it before, picture your younger self watching it and enjoy it in that way if you still can, but also enjoy it as an adult because it's the cheesiest fucking movie of all kind.
You gotta watch the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of it.
Really?
Where they make the comments as the movie is going along. That is worth finding if you can find it online, on demand, or whatever. That is fucking hilarious.
That's cool.
I enjoyed it because I didn't get to watch Hawk the Slayer straight through until I was, in my 30s.
Why?
Because could never find it on. You would find it on TV in New York. It was WHT, channel 63 on your
I never got that. I never got that in Connecticut. You had the UHF thing. Is that what the UHF channel?
Well, it was a UHF thing, and it was one that you needed a decoder box.
Oh.
But if you sometimes turned your antenna with tin foil certain ways.
Oh, dude, I had that with HBO. We lived in Connecticut in our place with HBO. If you turned your radio dial to 88 AM or something like that, and you had tin foil on the fucking antenna, and you aimed it from like the north, it's like all this fucking strategy to get the sound of HBO. And sometimes you can get the if you look through the squiggles of how they used to block it, you might see a tit sometimes. So you basically once maybe twice a movie you get to see a tit. So you sit there for the entire 2 hours looking for it while you're listening to the plot. Right.
Well, here's my quick HBO story. So my father was like, I'm not paying for HBO. Mm-hmm. But HBO was over the air using microwave antennas.
Yeah.
So my father's like, I can buy a microwave antenna. He found it in like Popular Mechanics. He ordered it, set it up.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we're watching all the fights because all the fights were on HBO.
Nice, nice.
So we're watching Tyson in his heyday. I mean, great
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know, I was even enjoying Fraggle Rock. You know, got I guess 16. I got to watch Caddyshack. I was like, oh my
Nice.
my father's watching a R-rated movie with me. What the hell is happening with this boy?
He must have had a beer in him.
Yeah. So then, as time goes on, I'm going. I don't know how old I was. Probably in like upper teens, early 20s. I'm going down to the corner bakery to get bagels for breakfast for everybody. And as I'm coming back, there's a gentleman on my stoop.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, can I help you? And he turns around and he's got you know when you have those button makers, so you can make your own little stick-on.
Yeah.
He's wearing a button like that, big white button with the letter HBO security.
Oh my God, it exists. It's like the Men in Black for cable.
And it's like, I'm like, are you the homeowner? And I looked at him. I'm like, do I look like a homeowner?
Eric, even as a youth, knew. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing.
No. We have helicopter photographs of an illegal microwave antenna. So I said to him, I go, I don't know what you're talking about. I just happen to rent here. Well, is the homeowner home? I go, I just happen to rent here. I don't know about the comings and goings of the owner of this house. I don't, but why? You have to serve them with this. I go, I can't serve anybody. I can pass something on to them, but I'm not serving them. I knew enough, okay? My roommate was going to law school at the time. I fucking knew enough. I'm not serving somebody. So we get it, and basically HBO was like, well, if you do not remove your antenna, we will take you to court. Oh, this is probably a few years before the DCMA stuff with Napster. So HBO was early on trying to. So my father's response was, all right, fuck it. Took it off the roof, put it in the attic near the vent in the front of the house, pointed it out, and guess what? Now we didn't have to adjust it every couple of months. Perfect. We didn't have to adjust it for the wind that would shift every once in a while. Now it's pointed perfectly, and we had no issues. We got HBO until they turned it down.
My only good cable story, I should say, were related to the Playboy channel when I was about 11 years old. I think you all think you know where this is going, but trust me, you don't. So we're sitting in the house every once in a while. Our shitty ass cable company, my brother will maybe remember the story. We haven't talked about it in a long time. Our shitty ass cable company would offer free Playboy on the weekends between 10 and whatever the hell. You know what I mean? And it's all 3 in the morning probably, right? So as a trial. So I see this in the paper and I'm looking forward to this. Like, I'm like stink on shit. But I can never fucking manage the time to where everybody else was gone. I could watch anything. So one night on the weekend, I knew it was free Playboy weekend, and I knew damn well it was on channel 26. My father, it's past 10. We're all up late, sitting in the living room. It's all dark, and I see him go to channel 26. Right? So I'm like, oh, it's on. He doesn't know it's free Playboy weekend, but I do. So we're all sitting there. My sister's probably 5. My brother's probably 8. I'm 10, whatever. 10, 11, whatever. We're sitting there, and it looked like the Hollywood Squares. There was a game show. So they kept watching it. They thought it was a new cast. They didn't know who they were. Hollywood Squares. The question was, now I'm sitting here waiting in anticipation. The question is, what does a teenage boy do when blah, 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 something about 16 puberty? And I don't remember the question, but I remember the answer. They go to the center square. The answer is sucking on his mother's tits. My mother, what the hell is on? My father, Jesus Christ, he's looking for the remote. It fell. It's on the floor. Where is it? I don't know. I can't see. It's right there. I don't know. I can't see. Boo-boo. Next question comes up. Tara, close your ears. Don't listen. She's holding her hands over the ears. Everybody's freaking out. I'm laughing my ass off. It was the greatest thing of my 6th grade life, I think. Jesus. Anyway. Back to a movie. We'll segue back to movie because of HBO.
Joel says the photos look atrocious. Hollywood types have no idea what to do with a property like this, and that's part of the issue. I'll be honest with you. I don't think D&D will work great as a movie. If you put D&D as on Netflix or on Amazon Prime as a 10 or 12 episode series, I think that you could, play a short campaign, whatever out.
Yeah, that's what it would need to be, a campaign. People are looking for that because of Critical Role.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for if they're thinking D&D, they're thinking campaign. They're thinking we have a Game of Thrones like series here, something like that.
Yeah, but I think it's probably a missed opportunity because of the way the license is written. It might be that they can't do that format.
Yeah.
So before we move on to our next movie-related topic, I want to swing back and address the question that was our opinion about firefighters and police.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you the truth. It goes on to nurses and doctors being required to vaccinate, or basically being told you're either going to be suspended without pay or dismissed. And I'm going to start this by saying, A, I'm retired. B, I've got comorbidities up the wazoo, and I am vaccinated and will probably get my booster because in for a penny, in for a pound, might as well get that third shot now it's available. That being said, all right, if I was working and I was in better health, I might decide that I didn't need the vaccine. And I'm not going to go into huge pros and cons on it, but the only vaccines that I was ever required to get was mumps, rubella, and chickenpox, so I could go to public school and go to college. And no employer ever asked me, "You vaccinated against chickenpox? Bring in your vaccine card to prove that you can work here." I've at any job, so I have an issue with that mandate. I don't have an issue with the vaccine. I took it. I'm not like, oh my God, it's going to kill me. But that being said, my sister had a reaction to the vaccine. She had heart palpitations. And now they're finding out that it can happen. Do we know all the issues with the vaccines? No. But again, I have a hard issue accepting the idea that you're going to mandate this or people can't work. And when it comes to your nurses, your healthcare professionals, your EMTs, your firefighters, your cops, you are going to have a lot, not because of any other reason than, in my case, I was there on 9/11. All right, I was down at City Hall. I responded from the Bronx. I saw the buildings come down with my own eyes. I thought I was going to die, and I remember in the days after, Christine Whitman. Why does her name have to be Whitman? I remember our esteemed member of our president's cabinet saying the air is safe to breathe. Okay. Years later, I came down with Hodgkin's, likely due to the air that I breathe, because they admitted afterwards it wasn't safe. So, can people in these fields be a little bit more aware that in the past, the government, I'm not saying that they were willfully misleading. I just think they didn't have all the information that they had. I can understand why they would be reticent, is the right word, reluctant to take the jab, as the Brits say it. So I think that in the long run, it's going to depend on local communities. I know that the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is not going to impose a vaccine mandate on its staff. All right, that's the sheriff there saying, I'm not doing it. But why? Because you're going to decimate some of these departments. I think Chicago, you're going to...
Seattle. Look at Seattle. I mean, they're going to falling apart out there because of this,
Chicago, about 30% of the force has not been vaccinated. The NYPD numbers are hard to parse because the NYPD gives out numbers that aren't just uniformed members of the service. It includes traffic agents and school safety agents. And not to get too deep into the waters here, but in New York City, a large number of blacks and Hispanics are not taking the jab. So, and school safety and traffic are heavily Asian and black in their numbers. So, I mean, there's a whole. I just think, again, for me, it was the right decision. For Rachel, it was the right decision. For my parents, it was the right decision. But it was a decision.
Yeah, that's it's you can't judge anymore. I mean, what I did when I worked for the state, and in my state, in Connecticut, basically, what they said was either be vaccinated or prove at least one weekly test that you're clear,
Right.
and or else you're going to get suspended or fired. So there's not mandating the vaccine; they're mandating safety in a sense, right?
Right.
Vaccinate or be tested weekly.
Some localities are not offering the testing aspect.
Mm.
Now, initially, the NYPD was saying, "Hey, you can get tested once a week on your own time." Well,
that's the thing here. People are saying it's on your own time and on your own dime.
Right.
What the fuck?
Well, then here's what happened, and now this will actually play into another topic we're going to talk about tonight. So maybe we'll make that the natural progression.
Yeah.
Unions got involved, and unions were like, "Hey, this is not part of our collective bargaining agreement. You want our members to do a required activity on their own personal time. That doesn't work that way. They either go on scheduled job time, or if they're being sent on their own personal time, they have to be paid the overtime rate for the time that it will require and be reimbursed for it." So then the job blinked and went, okay, yeah, we'll set up testing centers and send cops. Every borough will have a testing center, and then they can go once a week on job time and spend an hour getting tested or whatever. They realized, because you know what? Here's the other thing. This is just human nature. If I tell you, you've got to do this or I'm going to fuck you over.
Yeah.
There's a good portion of people that go,
fuck you. Exactly. I'd be normally I'd be in that group too, but I'm high risk. I just got my booster. Right. But, I mean, we were going to talk about unions though, guys. This was the segue to the union thing was Paizo. Paizo is their union was ratified. Yeah, that's true. It's a different thing, but different kinds of measles or whatever. But
yeah, but no, I mean, when I went back to when I took a year and a half off from college, and they said, "We lost your records." They had my records, but then they lost it. And my pediatrician was long deceased, so I had to get re-immunized for everything.
Oh,
but
wow.
my employers never asked, never requested.
Yeah.
It's not a part of your employment to get hired by just unless you're working in a medical field, in which case, when Rach was working in a hospital, she had to get a flu shot every year, or if you didn't get a flu shot, you had to be masked while working.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's got to be a balance. Is the point, I think. But yeah. Anyway, people are talking like, "Oh, fuck vaccines." So let's get the Paizo because they just got their union legitimized. Essentially, Paizo accepted them as a bargaining unit, right? So
and they say now. Well, by the way, when they say we voluntarily acquiesced to this threatened job action, you didn't voluntarily do. When somebody has a gun to your head and it's like, open the door. Okay, I'll open the door because you've got a gun to my head. If you're telling me, hey, we've stopped producing work, your income is going to end. You won't be able to fulfill orders that are promised and already on the schedule. Everybody's been ordering them. You've probably been paid for a lot of this stuff. Meaning the company has taken pre-orders from distributors, from Amazon, whatever, for a lot of stuff, and now we're not going to have it. And by the way, as we all know, there are supply chain issues. So if work gets done later, it's just compounding the issue. So, yes, Paizo recognized the United Paizo Workers Union, which I still insist that their symbol looks like reminds me of the old Soviet hammer.
Well, I am a union guy though, so I can't. I'm all about it. But that's why I'm interested, because how is this going to practically work? If you think about it, we have a union that of what 20, 30 people who might be American, right?
30 odd people.
So 30 fucking people in a union. Paizo says, I can see Lisa, whatever their fucker last name is, come up and say, you know what? Fuck it. You're all fired. And then she offers them, hey, do you want to be a freelancer? Freelancers aren't part of the union, right? So they can do whatever the hell they want. They're freelancers. And guess what, motherfucker? You just lost your goddamn insurance, right? And if not, every nerd who ever rolled a D20 is looking to write a fucking module. They have unlimited potential in terms of resources to publish more shit, right?
Right.
So they got the power. I don't know how this is going to work, practically speaking.
And again, that therein lies the issue. When they, when the when oh God, I forget the guy's name. When the guy was tweeting last week or earlier this week about the freelancers are, and this is the guy that was in charge of the Star Frontiers.
Mona, Eric Mona.
No, not Eric Mona. He's the product line developer, something like that.
Yeah.
Salary position, not management, for Pathfinder 2 and Starfinder.
Yep.
And he was like, well, because of our freelancers doing what some would call a strike, but which is really a work stoppage or a work action, yada, yada, yada. Well, they reveal in a Wired article
Yeah.
that was written by my good dear friend, Cecilia.
Oh, the one who was out to get you in the Kotaku days, or when she was writing for this shitty Kotaku thing, which people like for some reason.
Yes. So, but she actually wrote a decent enough article. It doesn't have its own spin. Does she have to mention her dislike, I guess, of white males establishing the
Dude,
the
you ought to put yourself out there. Email her and offer yourself as a resource for all things D&D, and see if she uses you as a source.
Well, if I'm wearing this shirt, she might.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
You know, she'd be like, "Oh, you've come to the correct side." Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So here's the thing that I find interesting. As somebody like when I was active, when I was a sergeant, I was not a delegate, but I often knew the rights of not just my rank, but the ranks of detectives and police officers. I knew their contracts, and I knew what could and could not be done, and what they could and could not be ordered to do. And I would often play a game of contract chicken with lieutenants and above who didn't want to follow contracted obligations. Okay. Now, here's where it becomes a little murky. The Kotaku article, the Wired article reveals that not only are these Paizo employees who live in a high rent market.
Oh, it's like Portland or Seattle, some purple-haired place.
Seattle, they're in Redmond.
Oh, yeah.
Seattle.
Redmonton? I know that area. Dude, that's expensive as fuck. I went out there for an old job 20 years ago. It's only grown since then.
So they're out there. They are making roughly, one person made 39,000. Well, I'm going to have to parse on too, but they're saying that around 35,000
for a full-time Paizo employee. Who's putting in way more than 40 fucking hours because,
Well, here's the thing too. So now one person was saying that, now here's where it gets interesting, that if they were making an hourly wage, their hourly wage would have been the equivalent of $39,000 a year, which tells me that they were salaried.
Yeah.
So they were low-level management.
Yeah.
And I turned down a job in retail for low-level management because my salary, I figured out the math based upon what these people worked during the holidays. And again, if you're short-staffed, who's filling the gap? You are.
Absolutely. I did the same thing with a convenience store. They offered me assistant manager when I was 21. I'm like, fuck you. I make more money right now. I could make $10.50 an hour in 1991.
Wow.
All right. $10.50 an hour on third shift. And I could get all the hours I wanted anywhere I wanted. So it's like, they said, hey, let's be an assistant. I'm like, fuck you. I make more money without. And how? And I'm like, told them, like, oh, okay, I guess you're right.
So then, again, I figured out I would have lost about $1 an hour. I would have made like, I don't know, maybe $1,500 more per year, but I would have lost about $1.50 an hour in equivalent pay because of the extra hours you'd have to work. So I was like, I'm not doing it. I said, thank you, but no. So now here's the thing. These Paizo employees, in the article, it's like, well, the joke is that one of the big perks of being a salaried employee, a regular employee of Paizo, is you got first pick of the freelance assignment.
Yeah.
Therefore, you would pick up freelance assignments so you can make your rent and put food on your table because 35, maybe 40 grand wasn't going to cut it.
Oh, not in that. You got 10 roommates out there and that kind of a salary. You know what I mean? You're not going to live. Yeah.
Right. So now when you realize that, and then you realize, all right, if they're the ones that have the pick of the projects, who is likely leading these freelancers that are not turning in their projects?
Yeah, the union, the soon to be union people, full
Union
timers
employees.
who were, they were doing the yeah.
So now it's one of those, like, weird things that you're mixing.
How does that even work? How are you a full time employee and getting 1099 independent freelancer status pay as well as a full time employee's pay? It baffles me how you can separate the person from two different jobs and it's the same fucking job effectively. You know?
Right. So now they're unionized. Here now this a few interesting things. Is this going to inadvertently, or it wouldn't be inadvertently, but would this also suddenly mean that, oh well, freelancers, since you're already since a lot of our freelancers are already covered because they are staff employees too. All freelancers will now have to join the Paizo Workers Union. I don't know, but it's an interesting concept. And if we start doing that with Paizo, what? And listen, I've been told, listen, it's just another union, and the Communication Workers of America are just happy to have another 30 people.
Yeah.
Communication Workers of America are looking for a bigger play than 30 people at Paizo.
Yeah.
And that bigger play could be Wizards of the Coast.
That's a very good point, dude. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're involved. That's a very good point. Here's my thing, though. I mean, the ultimate weapon for Paizo, like I said, is fuck you. You're all fired. We'll hire freelancers. Oh, freelancers must be bound under the contract with union members that you have. Why? That would never happen, right? You can't bind, because as soon as you could, if people, 100,000 writers of D&D games were part of the union, and therefore they couldn't go and write shit for Paizo if the regular workers are on strike, the other 400 people who aren't part of the union would just write shit for Paizo. I mean, it's D&D shit. It's not that hard. You don't. It's not fucking hard to do.
And that's the thing. And just to take a step back from even the union issues, you're taking a job with Paizo or Wizards of the Coast. You are not taking that job because it pays well.
No.
You're taking that job because, oh my God, I've always wanted a job. I had a game company, and I can say I'm a full-time employed game creator. Oh, this has always been my dream. Sure, I can make twice the salary driving a school bus.
Yeah,
but
it's probably true though.
Here I am. I'm gonna work in an office that gets vacuumed once every 7 years.
Yeah, I saw that. What the fuck is that? That's fucking disgusting. If that's true, I'm not saying it is. Just saying if true. And Paizo hasn't vacuumed in 7 years. Fuck you, Paizo. You disgusting fucking nasty ass bitch. What is that? What is that? Anyway, go ahead.
So now here's the other thing too. Multiple people. And now again, Cecilia, most of her people that she spoke with wanted to remain anonymous. I understand that. I don't consider myself to be a professional journalist, but I certainly do investigations that will be considered investigative journalism. And my witnesses, my sources often don't want to be identified.
Yeah,
which it can you know your source and you trust it, but it then becomes, how do people know that your source is trustworthy if you're not going to be identified?
Because you have integrity, man. That's
right. But here's the thing. She had at least 3 sources tell her that Lisa Stevens said, now,
that's her
Lisa Stevens said they shouldn't be complaining about how much money they make. There are people that would do this job for free.
That's it. That's really it. That's the thing.
It is.
I mean, shit, people would do it for the pedigree. I published under Paizo. What does it make? It doesn't matter. I published under Paizo. That's my fucking name, asshole. Holy shit. I had exactly one interaction with Lisa Stevens in my life. I was calling out Paizo on something back in EN World days. I don't even know what it was.
Before you got banned. Holy shit.
Before I got banned. Yeah, this is early EN World. Eric Mona was, if you go back, you could probably look me up. Eric Mona was in my signature, a quote he made, because in my EN World signature, I had Eric Mona quote, "Oh, you're that Joe the lawyer?" Because back in the old days, in like 1990s, when I was in law school, I was battling the fucking Greyhawk Stanford EDU FTP site being taken down and all the loss of everything that they did, their draconic tactics. He remembered me when he was like an intern back then from that. Anyway, EN Worlds. I'm posting on EN World. I called them out on something, and I called them out 3 times. And then I back in the ICQ days, Eric Mona.
Dude, that's like Candyman. You can't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it 3 times.
I had to, because it summoned Lisa Stevens, because she didn't have an EN World account. I'm hitting up EN World. I'm hitting up Eric Mona on ICQ, about the question. And it was just an asshole question. I wanted to know. I was being a dick, but I wanted to know the fucking answer. But because I summoned her 3 times or whatever, I see that she posts to my question in a comment, and she gave a standard corporate answer. But I noticed account created that fucking day, number of posts 1, mine. I'm like, boom. Called her out. She posted, had to do a reply, and I think they ignored everything about me ever since. And
well, there you go.
Like me.
All right, we did it, and you just shut him up. It was probably Eric Moore going, listen, he's just going to keep going.
He's keep going. Yeah, I remember him from the fucking, what was the old news groups days? That's what it was. I was on the news groups just posting shit on D&D, FRP at RPG or whatever the hell it was. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, here, Matt Melman makes a point about Paizo has a foot in the video game space, and they're definitely going after video game companies. And that I've had the discussion with others, and Paizo is small in the grand scheme of things. And again, for CWA to invest in them tells you that they're investing in more than just 30 people.
That's their stepping stone. Look what we did here. We could do it for you too, for Blizzard or wherever. Yeah.
Right. Well, Wizards of the Coast. I mean, although I've met a handful of Wizards of the Coast employees, and they seem to be a bit more less antagonistic about their experience at Wizards of the Coast than the Paizo employees seem to be about being at Paizo. You do have people like Orion Black, who was a contract employee who had things to say about them, but it seems that their regular staffers don't have as large an issue as the Paizo employees. But the Paizo employees are coming out and saying, we're making $35,000. Well, I think one was making $39,000 after 8 years.
Dude, that's in Portland or Seattle, wherever the fuck. Come on, Redmond, whatever. Come on.
That's the Seattle area.
Yeah, that's purple-haired people land. There's nothing under fucking $1,500 for a studio. That's insane out there. Come on, you're killing these people.
Now, my other question is, again, the mixing of staff and freelancers inadvertently in the same union, because your freelancers are also staffers.
Yeah.
Could there be a Screen Actors Guild like movement to have? Well, if you're going to be a creator at Paizo, hey, listen, it's only $100 a year to get your card, and then you're guaranteed the going rate.
The problem there is scabs. We all know what scabs are, right? The people who break a strike line and go to work and cross the strike line, and they're scabs. They're pieces of shit. The problem with online work is that there's no literal crossing of a strike line, so people could point you out and taunt you from the striking line. What you do is you do something under a pseudonym, write for Paizo under John Smith, and you get your shit published, and people in the industry, you're known now. You put out something, good or bad, you put out something, so you're well known. And those who are in the know are in the know, right? But the other people, you're not going to get called out on it. So
here's the thing: every pseudonym like that gets revealed at some point. Gareth Skarka, he was it Morpheus publishes the Star Trek RPG.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh well, Gareth has this huge issue with this Kickstarter, and apparently he's been accused of stuff. So we're not going to work with Gareth, even though we had him work on the rule book. We think he's a good, skilled writer. We are no longer going to work with Mr. Skarka. And then, lo and behold, somebody, I think the John something or other, winds up being, or maybe it was Michael something or other. But in any case, Gareth writes under a pseudonym, which uses his, maternal mother's grandmother's maiden name or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And for that stuff to get exposed means somebody at the company that you're working with, somebody was like, oh, wait a second, this isn't right. So what's going to happen is somebody, now, because remember, the people you're submitting your work to are going to be union employees.
You would think. Maybe, maybe not, though. That's the
No,
hope.
no. All these line developer positions are all union employees.
All right.
Unless they start giving, the final work. Because what they're saying in this article from Wired is that, Joe Schmo writes something for Paizo. Joe Schmo then gives it to the line developer, and the line developer and staff now tweak it and make it into what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And now you could say, all right, we're going to give this one to the line developer blind. They have no idea who John Smith really is. But the reality is, you got to communicate with these people. And some jackass is going to use the same email that they used prior, because people are stupid.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to blow their own spaces up, and then you blacklist yourself forever with the union. So, but that being said, I could see a lot of listen. I know people want to say that, hey, writing RPGs is hard stuff, and it's a lot easier for some people. I know people who can crank out thousands of words in a day and do it consistently, and they do it well.
Yeah.
But you know what? Given infinite amount of time, even somebody like me can put out something that is usable.
And purchasable. Somebody would want to actually publish it and buy it. Yeah, exactly.
So if suddenly all your creators go on strike, there are enough people waiting in the wings to fill in those gaps.
Yeah,
you
never win.
No, and now, Joe, you're up in Connecticut. Did any of the strike sites that you ever went past have the inflatable rat?
Maybe. Not too many strikes lately. The last thing they want to strike out here, I think, was Stop and Shop. I don't remember seeing it, but I remember hearing talk about the inflatable rat.
The inflatable rat was a big thing in Lower Manhattan, and when there were strikes, the inflatable rat would come out. A lot of times it was at construction sites because there were people crossing union lines at construction sites. And you'd be like, oh, there's the rat. You knew. And the rat was big.
Yeah.
The rat was like a story and a half tall.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's something about that. That's the problem with unions. I'm going to word this completely wrong. But the problem, that one issue that the unions don't have, all right. Unions don't have as much power as they used to have, because back in the old days, they could beat somebody's ass who crossed the picket line, and today you can't do that. Not that I'm endorsing anyone beating anyone's ass. I'm just saying that's a problem. The unions don't have the same power, and the other problem is that everybody thinks that you really can go from nothing to something and make a lot of money. So nobody cares about the working man. They just want to be the white collar dude behind the desk with the hot secretary, right? So they don't care about unions because they don't see it in their fucking path.
Chad, yes, there is a writers' union. I think it's the science fiction writers' union.
Yeah, SFWA.
Yeah. But now, here's, if you were doing this unionization of Paizo back during the days of 4th edition, right? It would be huge. They'd have a lot of money being made at Paizo. Obviously, very little of it going to the employees. Because remember, Lisa Stevens sank millions of dollars into the Pathfinder MMO that fucking tanked. But if you had done this back at the heyday of Pathfinder, there would have been money to find and fund these salaries and stuff. Now, Pathfinder is so you don't play D&D? You play Pathfinder. Oh, why?
Yeah,
exactly. It wasn't like OSR. People go, oh, you play OSR? Oh, because you just don't like the newer stuff. But if you like the newer stuff, they're always like, well, why don't you play 5e?
Yeah. Pathfinder lost its place. I mean, the Pathfinder exists because 4e sucked ass. And so that's why they're around. 5e is better than 4e and better than Pathfinder because it finds a decent medium between old school and Pathfinder, but 3.5 and Pathfinder were. So, people were happy and new people came in. And so it's a lot simpler. People like it. So the only answer to the question of you play Pathfinder, why, is because I like complications and math and calculus formulas to figure out my hit bonus. That's why.
So, I mean, I don't think the union is going to find a lot of money to come their way. Listen, are they going to get things like, okay, well, we'll make sure the office gets cleaned on a regular basis as opposed to once every 7 years? Sure.
Yeah.
Are they going to get a coffee machine with one cheap ass Keurig cup per employee per day, and bring your own creamer. Maybe, yeah, they might get free coffee, but are they going to get significant raises?
No.
I don't know, and I don't know if I listen. The low salaries now are an insult because they should have been increased earlier. But in the state the company is in now, or is are they going to be flush with money? I mean, the reality is Starfinder came about because Pathfinder was losing market share to 5e, and they figured, hey, there's no science fiction game out there that's like D20 based. Let's get out Starfinder, and it's going to be great. And then they put out books that physically had issues with them, and a game that didn't get a huge following. And all of a sudden, it's like, all right. I got another idea. You know how we said we never put out a new edition of Pathfinder? Yeah. Go back.
They did say that. They did say that it was going to be evergreen. Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Go back to social media posts and scrub all that stuff. We can't do that because
did they actually scrub that?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
hilarious.
If they were Gail Gygax, they would have tried. Because she scrubbed every Facebook account when she ever promised anything and didn't do it. But here's the thing: you said it. You're on record for saying this, and now you've got a new edition. So now, I thought that my Pathfinder stuff was going to be evergreen, and it isn't even like we rebooted the system. Like 5e looks like it's going to be a soft reboot. That it's going to be like Windows 98 second edition.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to be 5e.2 or whatever.
Dude, you so fucking dated yourself with that.
Yeah.
There was like 19 people besides me who bought 2e second edition. I guess you were one of them, man. It was
no,
Jesus
you
Christ.
Understand. Up until oh God, let me think. 2010.
Yeah.
My workstation at work still ran 98 second edition.
Wow. Well, that you work for the state.
No.
That's NYPD. Yeah, there
NYPD,
you go. That explains
it. It works well enough.
Yeah, it's good.
What about the virus that shut everything down for a day and a half across the bureau? Oh, yeah, maybe we need to get is there a new version of second edition?
12 years ago, motherfucker.
That's
great.
It's kind of like, it's like, what?
Yeah.
So, now Shatar says that the reason why we got Pathfinder
that's true
is because Wizards of the Coast took back the license.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, I think.
Dungeon. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. Paizo knew that their money was coming from their adventure lines. And it was coming from those periodicals. So by writing their own game then to support the periodical, it was genius. And it filled the niche that, my God, it needed to get filled at the time. But
yeah, it was terrible. I mean, what we had was shit.
That's if they switched to 5e.
Oh my God!
Or if they did like pretty much every OSR publisher and publish for your own system.
Yeah.
5e. Yeah. They have so much material.
They have 25 adventure paths are there.
Fuck knows how many.
I mean, it's amazing. And their adventure. Here's the thing: most 5e people, the 98% of the people never played D&D before who now play 5e because they introduced to it with 5e. They've never heard of Pathfinder. They don't know what the fuck it is. That's that little book in the corner that nobody reads because look at all the D&D shit, right? So you look at Pathfinder. It's an untapped market. People don't know who they are. They have proven adventure paths played for literally 15 years. They're out there, and then my God, convert that shit, assholes! Convert it.
Shadow, I asked the designers during PaizoCon the year it was announced if Pathfinder would have any sort of time of troubles, and their faces were precious. You should see the clip on the official Paizo Twitch. Well, here's the thing. Again, it looks like Wizards of the Coast understands that you can reboot a system and still keep it compatible to the current system, right? You don't invalidate everybody's collection. But Paizo wanted to go far enough. I think what it is Paizo wanted to 5eify Pathfinder enough to bring in 5e players.
Yep. They
And
tried to cut it right, Solomon, right down the middle.
That should never have been their goal. Their goal should have been, how do we retain our Pathfinder players with a new version of the Pathfinder that won't piss off our fan base? And they weren't able to find that. And
they should have really fixed it rather. They should have had a 1.5 or 1.25 rather than went 2.0. They should have fixed what they had. They had plenty of time to figure out the errors. They could have had a combined book, which all the new best classes, best races, best everything, and a brand new book incorporating great stuff from all the modules and adventures they had put out. But they didn't do that. They didn't realize they couldn't win the fight. They were going against, they're like a chimpanzee going against King Kong. You're not going to win that fight, man.
They wanted to take back the number one position.
Yeah.
And they were handed the number one position. It wasn't one of those races where out of the gate they were like zoom. No. Their main competition shit their pants out of the gate, had to pull into a rest stop, and was out of the game the rest of the race. So they cruised to the finish line because their competition shat itself. When their competition put a new car in the race, that was actually what their fan base wanted. Nobody wanted 4E, except for the corporate heads. They wanted to get rid of the OGL, and they couldn't. So they had to do the game system license. That would be a way to control who could write for this. And it wasn't what the fans wanted. It wasn't what the players wanted. And it was so MMO-ified, I still remember as Joe steps away for a moment.
I'm back.
But I still remember thinking when I first saw 4E, I went, this reminds me of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Because everything is not just balanced, everything's the same.
It was the same. Whether you're throwing a firebolt or swinging a sword or doing some whatever the hell, it's all the same damage. It's like, what's the difference? Then you're calling it a different name. It's the same goddamn mechanic every time, though. Didn't make any sense. They have a resource at their fingertips. Their modules, their venture paths are reportedly pretty good. And since they're railroads, the new 5e crowd will love them. So I think
pretty much
you're ready to go.
Chad, what we know so far, the next iteration of D&D, and based upon the survey, I would say it looks like they've learned they're going back to more of a 3E game was what their people want, and they don't want to screw the market. They have a very strong third-party market that supports them. Paizo fucked that market. They didn't tell any of their major third-party publisher partners what was going on until they announced it. So your third-party partners found out when schmucks like I found out, and they were none too happy.
I can imagine.
You had a few things in the works, right? Now you've just been told, oh, it's worthless. So irony that they failed to learn the lessons they themselves taught, Wizards of the Coast, is enormous. Had Pathfinder 2.0 instead of Pathfinder 5, they would have nailed it. Yes, if they just improved upon what they had instead of trying to make a new system.
Yeah, they are foolish. I mean, they tried to split the baby. Nobody's happy, right? I mean, that's really it.
Well, here 4E Shadar was also built with the idea that the money was going to come from microtransactions from the VTT.
Yeah.
And you were going to buy each virtual miniature, and the bigger the battles, the more miniatures you're going to need. This is going to be amazing. And then, hey, let me kill my common law wife. That's my co-programmer. Oh, shit. I guess I should kill myself. What do you mean nobody else knows how to program this game? So that really was a huge part of it. Ray Winniger was wearing an AD&D shirt, so people are thinking less 3E and further backwards. Here is
Gleemax. That's right. It was called Gleemax. I forgot about that.
Yes. All right, Chad. This is my understanding. I have this from good sources. Ray Winniger is like the polar opposite of Mike Merles. Mike Merles wants to go back to an older, simpler type of gaming, and Ray is not on that level. Mike wants to keep politics out of gaming more, and Ray is more politics in gaming. So there's But
Well,
again,
look what they're
this is
coming
what
out with now. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I don't know either one directly. This is what I've been told by people who have a bit more fingers in the current gaming environment. But there are power plays going on supposedly at Wizards of the Coast, and it looks like Mike Merles is not going to be the one coming out on top.
He was kind of already side benched, when
When he
whatever.
supported Zach.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that put him in the wherever the hell, the limbo,
That and listen, I'm going to hear it again. So let me explain it to people who, anytime I bring up Zach Smith, need to hear the explanation so I'm not fucking misquoted. I wouldn't piss on Zach if he was on fucking fire. I think he's a vile individual, at least to me personally. I can only speak of my personal interactions with him online. However, it does not invalidate the work that he's done. Word and Pleasant Land is one of the best RPG products in my lifetime. Vornheim, I would piss on. Not because it was on fire, but just because I think it's a shitty book. He phoned it in. Other people will have different opinions on it. I don't dislike Vornheim because Zach did it. I just don't like fucking Vornheim. But if you ask me, should people not buy Zach stuff? I don't know. If it's good stuff, buy it. If it isn't good stuff, don't buy it. If you like Lovecraft and his writing, buy it. If you don't like his writing, don't buy it. It's an acquired taste. So I don't know if that's clear enough for the angry mob of 3 that's going to form up after hearing that.
Dude, you can't be canceled, so whatever. You know what I mean?
Look at the shirt I'm fucking wearing. Okay?
Yeah, you're a supporter.
You can't cancel me.
You're a supporter. Cancel this man.
Well, no, come on. I'm willing to wear a shirt like this. I have no shame.
Somebody screenshots with his arms outside there, like he's going to sing the Age of Aquarius song.
Whoa.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Please screenshot that. Make many memes out of it.
I just want to see the memes. They're going to be fun, man. Joe,
it's advertising, dude. Advertising.
I appreciate 4th Ed for trying to balance the game and for making low-level encounters like Kobolds a serious challenge for the players that made them think. I don't appreciate the complexity it added. It was a game, in some ways, I'll say this. 4E, in some ways, was a game that went back to its roots.
Yeah, it was a skirmish game.
Yeah, it went back to OD&D roots, but not in a way. Because again, when we play OD&D, and I'm not saying like when you play Swords and Wizardry White Box, okay? When you go back and you read the original OD&D rules, they are virtually incomprehensible.
You can't figure them out. I got a copy here. I can't figure that shit out.
The combat is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you need chainmail to really figure out the combat. What? So when people talk about, when we played White Box back in the day, you were playing a house rule version of White Box, right? That's why basic D&D was so important, and why so many people will talk about we played basic D&D with the player's handbook, and because we mishmashed all this stuff together.
Yeah. That's how we did it.
It was how the hobby was.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look back with rose-colored glasses. I mean, I didn't run hex crawls back in the day.
No.
Didn't know what a fucking hex crawl was.
I couldn't spell it, and I couldn't buy hex paper anyway. I was too broke.
Once I started adding wilderness encounters, it was a total new game. You used to just be like, you're at the dungeon. All right, well, what's going on? I don't know. Go into the dungeon and find out.
Yeah. That's the shit in between. Besides green
trees
and grass.
What are you asking me? And listen, graph paper costs money, so I used every box. You better search every box. Oh, and by the way, there's no such thing as an empty room because graph paper costs money.
Oh yeah. Dude, we had to pay 15 cents for a copy down at the library for one shitty ass 1984 copy. So I'm like, every character sheet we ever did was precious. It was weeks worth of paper route money saved up, dude.
My father was a union member, and he worked for the phone company.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give him my goldenrods, and it never it would have to wait till like he'd be working, and like his fellow frameman or switchman, whoever position was at the time, would go out in like a 3-hour lunch break at the local bar.
Yeah,
and then he would use the copy machine. And make me a stack of all the front. You didn't get front and back, but you got all the front. This was gold. My gaming group, I was king. I had
jealous.
I had the white goldenrods. The copies.
I'm jealous. No, we couldn't. I couldn't do anything like that, man. We were that cheap. It wasn't even a photocopy. It was more like burnt on paper than photocopied on. It was crap. It was like the old blue mimeograph style. You know, it was terrible.
Tim,
Fucking
Tim,
terrible.
this shirt, I wear this shirt and I think of you. And this shirt shall be worn next Saturday night, 8 p.m. as I do yoga live.
Yes, live yoga.
Live
Eric will be
yoga.
wearing a thong and that
No,
shirt and
no,
nothing
no,
else.
but if you think of bands like Whitesnake and think of somebody in Whitesnake our age and our builds
Yeah.
wearing clothes that they should have been wearing 30 years ago and they haven't really grown into, they're kind of growing out of.
Go ahead, puke, Tim.
This is a large. This is a large, so it'll show my curves.
Yeah,
So,
curves. Yeah.
I
But again, if you wear 3D glasses, Eric's man boobs will really pop.
don't wear the. Listen, you get this. First off, it have to be the blue and red 3D glasses, and no, come on, nobody has that shit anymore. You got to have the gray ones, and the gray ones won't do anything. Yeah, you got to. I have a 3D TV that I can't get anything for anymore, so I might just as well. Yeah, they were big for a number of years, and then they were no longer big.
A 3D TV?
I had 3D TV.
They were. There was like 1 year with the big TVs. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I got a 55-inch or 50-inch 3D TV, but you can't get any of the new movies in 3D, and you don't have any on-demand channels in 3D. So
you're right. Yeah, it was like every once in a while. You're a New Yorker. I was Connecticut, but we shared Channel 11, dude. Do you remember when Channel 11 maybe twice a year with the 3D glasses, and you had to buy not the TV guide. It came in the local TV listings that came in a Sunday paper, right?
I'm about to say the Daily News. You had the Daily News.
Yep.
And you had to get your glasses for the and you'd have to save them.
Yes.
You'd have extra pairs for later. So only one of us can. You got to move the glasses onto the next person.
That's it. And you couldn't rewind. You couldn't pause.
No.
So you got these fucking pieces of crap cardboard glasses that were folded into the imitation cheap ass paper TV guide, and it had like a red and a blue lens or red and yellow, whatever the hell it was. And then you stockpile them. You had to buy multiple copies, so it was the biggest scam in the world. By the time you saw this 3D movie, that was never a new one. It was one that came out in 1957. The last time people gave a fuck about 3D movies. You know?
Oh no, it's the Blob.
Yeah. By the way, the Blob is what you would see if I did yoga in that shirt.
Oh, that's a little bit messy. Who puked on the screen? No, that's just Joe sweating with yoga. Sweating with the oldies. Yeah,
sweating with the oldies. Sweating on the oldies. Yeah.
Oh my God, this room smells like a gym.
Oh, it would be nasty. I can't even. Yeah, that'd be a shit show. Good luck to you, dude. That's for. I hope. I mean, I know you talked. Whatever you could get, obviously, is good. But at least I think you were talking $500. You know, so.
If it's successful, I will do this once a season. New outfits each time.
New themes, dude. We got to see the cowboy with the chaps. You know, the whole thing.
I can't do it in boots, dude. You know, you can't do yoga in boots. So I can't do yoga in boots.
Dude, I've seen strippers take to the pole in boots. You could do yoga in boots.
I cannot do. Listen,
Come on. One for the team. It's the Children's Hospital, motherfucker. Put some goddamn boots on.
I'm telling you right now, I could not do it in boots. Now, I could find fake boots that allow your feet to be underneath and fake boots to be on top. Maybe I could do it. We'll see.
All right.
I make no promises, but I figure I give a sneak peek. So, and again, Tim, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was explaining my normal shirt size is an extra large, double X, usually a double X because I like to have a little extra room for my firearm. And oh Jesus, what the hell?
Thank you to my brother. I asked for a screenshot. He delivered. There you go, boys and girls. Copy and paste that shit and spread it far and wide for St. Jude's.
You could have me holding a sign.
Oh, anything. Yeah. But make it all for St. Jude's, at least for the first week, because next week we're doing the show. So, talk about it. Spread the word. And this thing is the best PR ever for spreading the word of anything.
Geez. God help us.
Yeah, there you go.
God help us, including little Jimmy.
But Jimmy just got turned off of girls around with that picture, dude. Just saying.
Zachary, I played 500 2E and I like it over 5E. My friends tell me that 2E is what 4E should have been. I listen. 4E should have been anything other than what it was.
4A, yeah, it was a fucking abomination.
That was HBO always is in 3D. I have trouble trying to find the HD option on VOD. All right. Well, I mean, I enjoyed the 3D effects, but I'll be honest with you, they weren't they weren't as good as they could have been.
I've never seen a 3D porn, dude. That's impressive.
That I haven't. No, I haven't. Although I do have VR glasses. Oh, geez.
Everyone that plays Pathfinder says 2E is a joke. That might be a little bit too deep for the rum and weed I got going on right now.
Assless chaps? No. Thank you, but no. I don't want to get banned from the YouTube, and the YouTubes would not like me to do assless chaps.
Yeah.
Unless there was no ass whatsoever in the chaps. Could be a possibility.
YMCA, there you go.
I did that at a wedding,
we all did it at a wedding, dude. That's called the 90s. We all got a little bit too drunk, and we all did YMCA at a wedding, man.
I wish I was.
You weren't. Oh, wait. If you weren't drunk when you did it, there's really no excuse, Eric. I'm sorry.
No, I was stone cold sober. It's like I'm getting picked to do YMCA, and the girls at the time, it's like, oh, well, you should be the cop. Like, why? You gonna tell them I am? Please don't. They'll figure it up enough when I put my hands up for the Y and my gun shows for my shirt. They'll figure it out soon enough.
Oh God, there's many weddings where you did the chicken dance, the YMCA. The best weddings, though, you know what the best weddings had was when they got out there and they got to split the women on one side and the men on the other, single or not, usually mostly single, and they played that meatloaf song, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and each side would sing it at the other, depending on which part it was of the song. That's it. Yeah, it's just like the video. If you go YouTube the video, you'll see it. Just like the video, they acted it all out. Nobody knows that song anymore except in the right cool bars. But yeah, that's a good one, man.
See, when Rachel and I got married, it's going to be November 5th. It'll be 10 years since we got married. We had it at our local pub when they still had the party room. They gave us
in the back. Open. That's where you're thinking about doing the pub con.
Yeah, unless we do the pub con in the outer area. Now they have this whole outer seating. But the great thing was, there wasn't all that much space to dance. We had live entertainment. We had an Irish singer who was also a DJ, and Rach sang a few songs.
Yeah, cool. I've never heard Rach sing.
You have Rach sing? Oh, good.
Oh, we gotta get more booze in her next time.
Oh yeah,
we're get a karaoke bar, man.
Well, actually, next time remind me. I think it's still in my in my Facebook somewhere. I have to find the video I filmed of her doing karaoke one time.
Nice. Oh, speaking of New York and karaoke and drinking, in November, whatever the hell is Veterans Day, the next day after I have off. Do you want to hook up, get together?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I took the day off so we could hit New York. Do the same thing. If you want to, I think Joe Block wanted to get in on this the next time we did it. Right. And hit up PDM, see if he wants to join us as well. He might get in there. Be a good time. Be a good time, man. So I got the day off. If you guys got nothing else going on, I figured I'll just do it.
What day of the month is that?
It's a Friday. It's definitely because the Vets Day is November. I think it's 11th. So Friday the 12th is the day I got off. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do our standard complete strategist.
Don't have anything planned on a Friday, so that sounds like a likely thing.
All right, that's cool, man. That works. Yeah. So that will, if anyone's in the area, now you heard us. We're making plans. Probably 11. Oh, Tim's out. Take it easy, man. So that would be fun. All right. If anyone's in the area that day, around noon or so, meet us up at the Complete Strategist. We'll buy you a beer. As long as you're not psycho and crazy and got a lunatic or anything.
Yeah, the bar across the street is actually pretty nice.
Yeah. Now you can tell me Rachel sings. I want to hear karaoke bar. We got to find. Should be good.
I married a woman. She can do some of the good classics, and she's great with the Irish ballads.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, it used to be part of a singer circle for the Irish ballad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when we were dating, I actually had to meet her at a bar downtown where she was doing the singer circle. And Rachel's like, well, Eric can sing too. And I went, and she's like, well, yeah, because and this is a true story, and not trying to, I'm embarrassed myself enough anyway, but I was at the filming of, oh my God, the not Rachel Ray, some the one of the
Oprah type show or
no,
whatever.
from Sabrina the Witch, the aunt who had a talk show afterwards.
I
Some
don't even
blonde.
know.
In any case, we
Sounds
were
like a Channel 9 show, man.
yeah, this is going back almost like 20 years
Yeah.
with my son's mother, and we're at the filming, and the comedian comes out in between, like when the commercials are being done. Theoretically, they give the host a break and all that stuff. And the comedian comes out, and he's crying, and he wanted to get like stupid people talent. So I don't have stupid people, but she's like, he can sing. And like,
that's fantastic.
So she wanted the shirt, all right?
Yeah.
Free shirt.
She sucked me out. That's fantastic.
So what does he sing? And then she's and this is true because this is what we sang in chorus in junior high school in the 80s.
Yeah.
She's like, he sings
Hot for Teacher.
No, he sings Negro spirituals.
What?
Because we did Amazing Grace and Wade in the Water. And
no fucking way.
Right. So the guy's like, and it's a black comedian. He's like, this shit I gotta see. I'm like, fuck. Right. So I do Wade in the Water because it's a lot better to do Wade in the Water than Amazing Grace as a solo when you haven't done it in like 20 years. And it got her a shirt and got me permanently embarrassed. So this is what Rach wanted me to sing.
Amazing Grace.
I'm not gonna do Amazing Grace.
So I'll tell you what, you guys, this is the deal. Next week, Eric not only will be doing yoga wearing that outfit,
no, he's not. No, he's not. Not.
But if he sings Amazing Grace, how much will you guys bid for it? Because for money, I think he'll sing.
I think they'll bid for me not to sing, and that
well, that could be too. But whatever, it might be a thing, man. Dude, sell what you got. It's for charity.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to hold off on that one for a later one upper. And I'll have to do that one highly intox. Oh
yeah, I can imagine. It's the only time I do karaoke. I am fucking Bono when I think I am. That's the thing. When I'm drunk and doing karaoke, you know, I'll belt out this where the streets have no name and people applaud and I think I'm great. And I go home and I'm like, I just keep that delusion up the whole time because I don't want to know.
I don't want to have a recording of that, but to have a recording of Rach and she was pretty good.
I can imagine. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. Damn, man. Those people talking about screenshotting you. That's fantastic.
As well they should. Listen, and you know what? I'm quite sure that my good, dear friend, the carpetbagger from the Carolinas, Justin Lanasa, I'm sure that Justin is going to, he'll be putting out memes left and right.
That's fantastic.
That's going to be fine. I actually encourage it because he has no talent anyway, so.
I agree. Shadzar, $20 for a song. Strippers do a lap dance for 10 in the right kind of sleazy ass bars. I think a song for 20 is a good deal.
Those are the Romulan women, man. You know, that's what my old partner used to tell me.
Romulans.
Yeah, I was like, there was this place called Honey's on Queens Boulevard.
Oh God!
I was driving by it. He's like, I went to him. I go, hey, the guy that's a strip club, right? He goes, oh yeah, I've been there. I go, really? Yeah. What kind of place is it? He goes, oh, they got Romulan women.
What the fuck is that?
I go, Romulan women. And he was Ecuadorian. He goes, well, you know, the Romulan women, like, you know, with one big eyebrow going across the face.
Yeah, the big lumpy forehead. Yeah.
I'm like,
can't get much uglier than that. Although there were a couple Romulans in with that current. Yeah, there was a couple hot Romulan chicks. I remember. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. In any case, yeah, he was just like, when you drink enough, you don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if I drink that much, I won't be able to drive home.
That's why you got Subways in New York, man.
Yeah, you know, no, don't think so. But,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we've touched on just about dinner, everything, and we didn't touch on the Dune movie.
So no.
We should hang on to that because at least I can watch it on HBO.
I tell you what, let me hold off on Dune because I got a complaint and I'm looking at it now, and I think I showed it to you earlier.
Your complaint, and then
this is, and I'm going to turn the camera on for this. Not that you're going to see
folks,
gorgeous face. Yeah. So this is, those are Jeff Talanian's dice. He did a Kickstarter for it. Remember? He put it out. They're fantastic dice. They're my go-to every day. Always great color, good feel, nice and round, and it's beautiful leather pouch. That's the Jeff Talanian dice. And I got my stack of zines here, Tim Shorts. This is what I'm complaining about, though. This, all right. This is a box that something recently came to me in from Drive Through RPG. Right now, this is a box. Now, this is one of Tim's little modules here, which is like basically digest size. So, right. So you're looking at this and you're thinking,
you ordered digest size.
This is it. I'm thinking, what the fuck did I order? It was digest size. I'm thinking I got something. I don't know what the hell it was. It was a Kickstarter thing I backed, and part of the thing was a module coupon on drive-through, right? So this is the module that I got. This is how it came.
Doesn't
fucking
really
folded in the fucking box. What is this? I opened it up and I had to unfold the thing. It's got a perma crease going now. What the hell am I going to do? I'm so pissed. I don't care about the fucking module. I don't think I'll ever probably read it. It was the bonus thing that came as a stretch goal.
Right.
Don't care. Right. I don't even know what it's for. Fucking don't have any clue what the hell I backed it to get this thing. But that's what they did. They folded the fucking thing, stuck it in a midget box, and now I got a folded module. I kind of want to complain just for the fucking principle. I mean, I don't know what I'll get out of it. Probably nothing. But I mean, look at this. What kind of shit is this? You ever get something like this?
Nothing.
Tim right now is having a headache. I mean, he went to bed. Good. Because I'm going to tell him to queue up on exactly this spot and show it to him. Because as we all know, Tim hates a fold, a nook, a bend. If you ever heard a Tim Shorts unboxing video, it's the greatest fucking entertainment you've ever had in your goddamn life. Because if there's ever a nick or bend, a scratch, a little he fucking goddamn. He doesn't swear, but he's like the whole world ends. And I listen to it and just I pray for a nick. I pray for a bended corner because just to hear it is hilarious. Anyway.
See, folks, if you didn't read Joe's stuff in his old blog, Joe the Lawyer's Wondrous Imaginings, this is stuff that you got. This is why before the show, when Joe and I were talking, I was like, Joe, I want you to give me a once a month or a once a week post for the blog because this stuff is classic. And it will be well read, and people are missing out on this shit. They put a module in a digest-sized Gemini mailer. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, Joe.
What do you do with this? I mean, I don't want to read it. I don't care about it. But it's broke. I mean, it's fucking broke.
We listen. You either got to write a post or you got to give me a video of this shit.
All right. We can screen capture this. I mean, fuck.
A pure Joe rant like today. I'm stepping back. Instead, we have Joe the Lawyer.
That could be you always do live streams on this, and for the most part, just do regular published videos and take snippets of some of your live streams. You could use a basic editor and just publish this 5-minute clip.
I'd have to figure that shit out.
It ain't that hard. Ask your niece. She's 11. She knows how to do it.
I'm sure iMovie could do it too.
That's it. Yeah. And so can your 11-year-old niece. I mean, reach out to the resources.
Hey,
they're all good at that stuff.
She's going to be the producer. She'll be the producer next Saturday. She's in charge of all communication.
All right.
He is so excited.
That's awesome, man. She's going to be in the video. I've never actually communicated with her directly. Maybe during a game late one night.
She's going to be in charge of the chat.
All right.
She's going to be one that's going to be reading all this shit out to us.
All right. Oh, nice. Okay. I know who's going to be on it. Who's going to be live? You want guests? You want me in there? You want any other guys?
I don't know. I think Rachel. We have guests. Well, actually, I don't know. We could
have drop-ins.
Co-hosts. We could do the guests with the main video, and then on the side have the guests because we need main video of me doing yoga.
Oh, absolutely! I'd be the color guy in the corner.
Look at it! He's reaching down. Was that a tear I heard?
Was that a groan? Did he just shart? I heard a shart, boys and girls.
By the way, I bought, figuring that everything's stretched, I bought everything one size smaller than I would normally buy. Okay.
God, that's scary.
I'm just saying that this is what you do when. This is what you do for a good cause.
Yeah.
Or for humor or whatnot. And I'm going to probably be sober, but only because I'm not sober. I won't have great balance. Sober. Yeah, I won't have great balance otherwise.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess I didn't want to fall and break a hip. You're at that age now. So
yeah, no hip falling. Whenever I go to my cardiologist, like, have you had any fall? Not that I know of.
Zachary keeps asking, he's like, what are your thoughts on the current pop culture news of the day?
Yeah, well, here on that
I
one,
don't know. I don't know.
listen,
I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
To say it, somebody always winds up winning the unlucky lottery.
That's terrible. I
You
know,
know, and
it's
that's
sad.
you
It's
can't
strange.
predict it. You know, it's like chances less than getting shot by lightning. How about a prop gun killing you? Isn't that what happened with
Bruce Lee's son?
Brandon? Yeah.
And it happened to the other guy from the fucking 80s, as my buddy Twain reminded us in a tweet or a text today. It was something that there was that guy that was in this show that the theme song of the show was "I Need a Hero." That one, remember that fucking song?
I need a hero.
He was the dude. He was joking around with a gun that had loaded blanks. The motherfucker, dumb shit, didn't know that the loaded blanks can still kill you. He put it to his temple, pulled the trigger, and blew his brains out. You know, I think that was the story. And I'm like, holy shit. So shit happens on the set. You know, shit happened on the set. God
Bound Lotus pose. I'll be the Lotus Unbound. I might be like, Shannon, turn off the audio because Uncle's going to let one rip.
Oh, God, I had beans earlier, dude. That'd be fantastic.
Geez.
That'd be fantastic. Oh, my brother says, you reminded me. All right. Yeah. I thought it was Dwayne who was saying that. Yeah. What the hell was the show? I can't remember the goddamn show. I mean, it had the song "I Need a Hero" in it. I just don't remember what the hell the show was.
Downward face. I don't know if I can do downward facing dog with my shoulder, but we shall see. Right? It's going to be, listen, a lot of it's going to be modified chair yoga. So if you are somebody like me who has stenosis in the shoulder where you can't lift your arm for shit and have sciatica, which restricts other movements, you'll see you can still do yoga. And
that's kind of cool, man. Actually, that's really cool.
Still look like a fool, not because of the yoga, just otherwise. You know,
this is going to be fantastic. I look forward to it. I already told my Saturday night game, my brother Dwayne and another guy maybe. I said it's on hiatus. We're going to start at 9 instead of 8 because I got to see this shit.
You got to be in it to win it.
And my God!
Listen, it is literally when somebody asked me earlier today, it's like, why was it yesterday? Why are we still talking about the new TSR? It's because the same reason why when there's an accident in the eastbound lanes, the westbound lanes come to a roaring halt.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got to see what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
You got
rubber. That's what rubbernecking is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just part of human nature. And
it's a train wreck. I can't wait. Will you be wearing glitter?
No glitter.
No, come on, glitter.
Eric. I got to clean up glitter if I wear glitter. No glitter.
A little soap takes it off, dude. Trust me.
It's platonic. But again, Chadra, I want to thank you for giving me a huge endorphin boost earlier when you pointed out that Luke Gygax popped into the TSR 3 public relations video on Vince Florio's The Evil DM channel, basically confirming that, yes, TSR 3 was looking for a $5,000 shakedown to have the Dungeon Hobby Shop Museum be used as part of the, the Gygax, the Gary Con festivities. And I've also heard that they were looking for free shuttle buses. But wow. Yeah, I only discuss rumors if I have good sources, and my sources are generally impeccable if I bring them up. So, because I don't want to bring up stuff that's like, well, I was told by somebody who knows somebody who told somebody. I don't do 7 degrees of separation. And if I get multiple sources and they all sound the same, I will trace it back to the original source.
Yeah.
So 3 sources with the same story down to the T usually means 1 source. And I need to find that source. So that is just how I was trained as an investigator. Yes, you did tell me that Luke was bound to comment, which is also the reason why I happened to send Luke a link to that video earlier today. I'm not saying that I stir shit, but I certainly figured Luke should have an idea of what was going on. So why not?
Why not?
So
Help her brother out, right?
Help a brother
Help him.
out.
HBO, motherfucker. Help her brother out.
Oh my god! Like I said, when HBO security, it's like I can make that button at home. Somebody got paid a lot of money to say, "Hey, let's just get these buttons that say HBO security on it." Because that'll look impressive.
Dude, we started Dune. We got distracted there. I distracted you, I think.
Well, you know
with
what?
this fucking thing.
Hold off on Dune. You know what? Why? Have you seen it yet?
What? No, I haven't. I was going to see it with a friend. She went to see it already. I'm like, God damn, we're supposed to see it. Blah, blah, blah. I want to see it. Whatever. I'm going to see it soon. I don't know.
Right.
It's
And
coming up.
I have HBO. So it's on HBO, I understand.
From what I understand, though, even the director and my friend who saw it already and everybody else says you need to see this in the movies. Now,
They all fucking say that shit about everything.
I think because the cinema, I mean, what he did on the screen is supposed to be spectacular.
Listen, I have the, looking over my shoulder. All right. I have the 65-inch Sony.
No,
because my wife is legally blind, so I don't have to read subtitles.
Yeah.
She can read them herself. So if that's good enough for Rachel subtitles, it's good enough for us to have a movie experience.
Good point.
As I sit in my recliner and drink wine and eat popcorn. I can't drink wine at my local movie theater.
There are movie theaters in Connecticut that have beer. We always, for whatever reason, me and my brother go to movies. He always picks that one. So yeah,
I can't blame him.
I know.
I'm sure the beers are more expensive than going to a strip joint.
I just sneak in a flask of rum. Right, I stick it in the pocket of a coat, and I walk in, and I fucking add it to the Coke, and I got rum and Coke, so the whole goddamn movie. I mean, it doesn't cost anything like that. That's just easy. Why buy the $9 beer because it's almost Yankee Stadium prices, right? So Jesus.
Oh jeez, yeah. I remember smuggling beer into Yankee Stadium, but I couldn't do that as a teenager at Shea because they would search you. But when you go in through the PD entrance at Yankee Stadium, might have been the wrong cooler bag.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know they had that. That's pretty fucking cool.
I don't have it anymore. I don't take it.
Really?
It's the old stadium.
Oh, okay.
I remember working in detail, and the Boston fans told me, and we had no boss. Our boss was never detailed. She wound up being late.
Yeah.
So there were 8 of us, and I wound up being, quote, the senior guy putting everybody on quote. And the Boston fans were like, "Hey, that's our bus. There's food, soda, and more importantly, cases of beer in the coolers. Help yourself." So I got everybody on the post, handing the paperwork, and lo and behold, here comes the sergeant. She's here, and she's like, "Oh, there's a guy selling water out of a shopping cart. Let's buy 8 waters and bring everybody water to their post." I'm like, I don't think we need to do that. What do you mean? I think they're all good. She's like, well, no, let me call them. Why are you going to call them? I just want to make sure that, they're
still sober and standing up.
I want to make sure everybody knows that you're here. Nobody knew you were coming. We didn't think you were coming. She's like, She's like, I was a Bronx cop before I was a Bronx sergeant, right? I'm like, yeah, what's up, boss? She goes, it's a Boston game, right? I'm like, yeah. So which bus are they on? Like, fuck. She's like, it's okay. Call them so they're on post so I can legitimately say.
Yeah. Under a lie detector.
Yeah.
Pain to death.
And you do know you're the only one that won't be drinking all day today because you're assigned to me. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Everybody else got fucking boxed. Oh my God. But it was a good day.
Fuck Boston.
Over 20 years ago. God bless.
Amen. But Dune. Now I'm a big Dune fan. When I was in college, I had read it maybe just before college, and then for whatever reason, we had this used bookstore in college, and every semester when I went back, I bought a new Dune book from the used bookstore for $1. And I graduated college. I had 9 Dune books, the original plus one every semester. I loved it. Loved the whole series, deep into it, got into the lore, even have one of the veneered copies of the Dune Encyclopedia I'm looking at behind me over there. Fantastic series.
Right.
Big fan, and I'm one of the weird ones who liked the first movie, the David Lynch one. I was able to forgive the whole weirding way, different discrepancies with the stun gun thing they had on their hands, whatever. I don't care. I thought it was a good fucking adaptation. I liked the movie. I'm one of those weirdos, and I thought it was good in terms of staying true to the book. Maybe not word for word, but it got the spirit of it pretty fucking well, right? even though
Right.
David Lynch later disavowed the whole thing. Miniseries are okay, but I think the Lynch movie stood as fantastic for the time, especially for the time, right? I have not seen this, but from what I understand from somebody I trust who I got into the Dune book, she says it's a great movie. She says it kept really true to the books. The only problem is that it cuts off within the first book of Dune. So, you're halfway through Dune and then it stops and then you're really in a weird place. And then you got to wait for the next one, which I heard was approved. So we will have a sequel.
Well, I'll give you the review I got from my son who
Yep.
saw it and said, well, how was it? And he goes, well, it was confusing as all shit, but it had some great action scenes, so I liked it.
All right.
I'm like, that sounds like because he's not, I know he hasn't read Dune, he doesn't read science fiction or fantasy stuff, but he enjoys the movie. So it was a good ride.
Yeah.
Again, if you give me a choice of, at this point, going to a movie theater and spending up the ass for 2 tickets, parking, soda, and
Delta, and don't forget Delta.
And
Delta will make an appearance.
Delta's a fucking bonus, all right. You don't need Delta. Delta comes to you. It's like, hey, if you want any Delta with that,
such a morbid joke.
That's okay, man. It's okay. I'm not. You know what?
Oh,
I got enough with the popcorn and the Twizzlers. I don't need the Delta. No, we'll throw the Delta in for free. You don't even gotta pay for it. Hey, you know what? I got my immunization. I got my 2 shots. Oh, go fuck yourself. You don't get Delta. Go ahead. But I'll watch it on my TV set. And you know what? I don't pay the exorbitant prices of seeing theaters. So maybe it's a better experience in the theater, but watching it on my TV cost me $0 extra. Watching it in the theater cost me probably 40 or 50.
I don't mind the money so much because a part of me is itching to get the fuck out because I locked down. Even though I just got the 3rd stab, I've been locked down. Everyone's Delta started picking up because I'm 51, fat, and high blood pressure, right? So I'm sitting there thinking I just want to do something. So I'm still going to go see this in the theater, but I might see it on this 5th week. Right. At 10:30. You know what I'm saying? Something like that on a Thursday. So that's really it.
Shadzar, Dune is like the OSR. I already have the 80s and 90s versions. Why do I need a new version again?
That's true, man. That's true. And if you got the books, you need nothing else.
I never read it. I'll be honest with you. I've never read it. And most of my friends are all like, "Oh my God, you got to read Dune." I'm like, I don't have a lifetime to invest in reading books. So it's
harder to pay attention to the bigger ones and the denser ones as you get older, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It took me a while. Rob Connolly recommended a Harry Turtledove book.
I used to love Harry Turtledove.
It's really good. It's about the Bronze Age. Hold on, it's right here. Let me grab it. It's it took me forever to read it. It's called Between the Rivers by Harry Turtledove. A good book about the Bronze Age. Interesting stuff, and I'm drawing from it because he's in my, as you are, the sort of Bronze Age, I don't know, pre-alpha version of my game. We're all playing together trying to figure it out. And they know the rules, my own rules better than me, but it's fun. But he recommended this to me, and I'm just having it. It took me a long time to get through it, and not because of the quality of the book. It was a good book. I don't know. It's harder to concentrate, and sit there and focus.
Audiobooks are where
my brother loves the audiobooks. He's listening to the whole Lord of the Rings plus the Silmarillion. Pretty much, probably if he wasn't listening to us right now, if he hasn't given up already, he's probably listening to the Silmarillion right now. I think on the
no 8-track books, but no the if you can find a Lord of the Rings audio play from oh God, I had it on cassette tapes like 25 years ago when I was in the police academy. Amazing stuff.
Really?
Holy crap! Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool.
But whenever Humble Bundle has up audiobooks, I snag them. So they do the Warcraft. No, not the Warcraft. Warhammer. The Warhammer and the Warhammer 40K. My God, some excellent stuff there that I would probably take forever reading through.
A
physical book, and instead I can listen and I'll just zone out in my chair and then go, oh man, I got to rewind about 20 minutes because I fell asleep. But it's soothing.
You mentioned Warhammer. My mind went to the video game, and then my mind went to video games that generally hit EverQuest. I got an email from EverQuest the other day. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I haven't played EverQuest since, I don't know, 19 10? What? I
Right.
mean, when's the, you know what I mean? I'm like, I
2010, yeah.
didn't think they had this email address. I must have went back to my old account and re-registered this at some point in my drunken distant past at 1 a.m. or something when I wanted to relive the olden goldies here. But
Right.
I'm like, they got an email about EverQuest saying, hey, this new thing is out on, you know, the 368,000th update to whatever our game is. It's out next week, and here's the benefits. I'm like, holy shit. EverQuest, people
They
still
need
play it?
me. They want me back. I actually played it last year.
Did you really?
Yeah, not bad.
I
EverQuest 2, actually, but
last time I played it in for real of any note was 05, I think. And
yeah, that's about right. I know that
that was a little bit.
with
You know?
EverQuest 2. Here's the thing. EverQuest 2 was expensive to play because this is right after I got EverQuest 2. Right around when I got my my high speed cable at like 5.
You upgraded from
5
ISDN,
gigabytes.
or you went to
Yeah,
ISDN?
no, I actually got fiber, but it was low level fiber
Oh
from
wow,
RCN. And
fancy.
there was a vending hack, and there was a way for harvesting in EverQuest 2 and then selling. But initially, when you sold in EverQuest 2, you had to be logged in. So I would get up for work. I had to be at work by 7, but I would get up for work an extra 20 minutes early to log into the game and gather everything that was needed and whatever I had to do, and then I would sell it. And I would make good fucking money in game. I would be making like literally like 50 platinum a day.
Wow.
It was great.
Yeah.
Here's the issue. My computer was on all fucking day.
Yeah.
Then you come home from work and you'd actually play the game for a bit.
Yeah.
So I get my electric bill.
Oh, you paid by the minute back then? Or just
no, my electric bill.
Oh, the electric bill. I'm sorry.
The electric bill for my rig.
Yeah.
$350.
Holy shit.
I was like, I ain't doing this shit anymore.
No, fuck that.
Holy fuck. And I
Jesus.
had friends that had 2 accounts and 2 rigs and would I was like, how do you the electric bill? And I was just now I have a Mac. There's no electric bill attached to my computer.
Yeah.
And no games attached to my computer.
Yeah,
So
I know. I turned mine off back in the old days. The 486, the lights would dim. You know, dude. I remember the East Commons. I think it was the East Commons Tunnel was where everybody sold back then, right? Before they had the robots
back
to
in
sell.
Yeah.
The first time I went there, I found the zone, right, and the tunnel, and I'm approaching, and I see something outside. I didn't know shit about Shinola, about this game, so I see all these badass looking evil people, and I'm like, I'm sneaking in, and I'm thinking they're NPCs that are going to kill me, and I got to weave the path through them so I could cut through. So I'm walking amongst them. I'm like doing the little crouch walk, you know, and basically they're just ignoring me. I'm like, oh, they don't see me. The NPC robot, you know, evil bad guys don't see me. And I'm like, oh, it took me like 5-10 minutes to realize this is where everybody's talking about selling shit. You know, like I feel like a moron.
Yeah. Well, I remember my first time there, and I was an obvious noob, and I think I got there like my character was like 6th or 7th level. I felt awesome.
Yeah.
And somebody sent me a tell, and it's like, oh, you want to trade? I'm like, I have nothing. Oh, all right, here. And it gave me like, you know, one of those like, you know, light stones.
Yeah.
And some like basic magic sword.
Yeah.
And I was like, enjoy. I went, oh my God, I've been gifted.
But were you playing a female character with big boobs? Because that's probably why.
No, I wasn't. No, I had my main character was a dwarven paladin. And I also had a druid that I would play a lot. But I used to game with my old gaming group, and that was always fun because, you know, this is when you had to do like you don't go on telephone.
Yeah.
You were on dial-up, so you
couldn't. Yeah. You got to do it after 11 because it was cheaper.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're doing it on dial-up,
yep.
and you're playing, and everything's by chat. So these guys were actually good. They actually had the whole thing. Areas you'd hunt, you'd have to get a puller.
Oh yeah,
I since I was the paladin, I was usually given Speed of the Wolf. I was given
you got to get the
I was given and then I would pull, but I wasn't a great puller. Yeah. So they would make my friend.
Monks were the best pullers. The monks were the best.
So then they made fast. My friend, who's a halfling, show me how to pull. Okay. So then I learned how to pull. But because my friend was a halfling, I when I was finally coming over the hill or something, when I had the hotkey, my code word for, you know, I was coming in hot.
Yeah.
was in the Hobbit's face.
In the
And so I'd come over the hill, I'd just be spamming in the Hobbit's face, in the Hobbit's face. And that was me, oh God, what? In my 30s, right?
yeah.
The maturity level of gamers.
Dude, nothing changes. Look at the stories I've been telling all night. Nothing changes. At least if you don't get married.
Yeah.
You kind of get domesticated and trained.
Yeah, so I got twinked. What I used to hate about the first ever quest was like, oh my God, you died in wherever the
the
you died
forest.
in like the spider forest.
Yeah.
Like, now I gotta get my body.
Yeah, and where's your
Go for a
last
ride.
bind or whatever? It was like way the fuck back in Freeport, and you're running
But no,
like
we had- wait,
19 zones to get to
right,
your
and now I
fucking
have to get
gear.
my body or I lose everything.
Yeah, like 8-hour time frame, our time. So it's like if you died and it was time to go to school, you're fucked because you lost your shit. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God, good times.
Yeah. Anyway, good. Speaking of time, about 10 o'clock, dude. We
It's
pulled another one off
It's the
somehow.
witching hour. The witching hour.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much. And for those of you who
Thank you
tuned
for
in late,
suffering through this, guys.
Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this shirt is going to be part of the outfit for the yoga experience a week from tomorrow, 8 p.m. Rach and I do Gamers Health every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Next week is going to be a very special Gamers Health, raising money for St. Jude's, and I will be doing yoga.
It's fantastic.
So, fantastic.
In that shirt with a
In
feather
that shirt,
boa and
what?
assless chaps
Here's
and a banana hammock.
If you saw, all right, what's that? Oh God, why can't I remember I'm getting old. The modern heavy metal band that does all the weird ass fucking videos, the funny videos.
I don't know.
Oh God, I gotta find it. But in any case, their outfits and like the classic Def Leppard outfits.
Yeah.
And on acid.
Dude.
So you're taking it. That's what it's going to be with me.
Dude, are you going full White Snake? Are you telling us you're going full White Snake?
If White Snake, though, came out with like, a furry bandana and matching cuffs in pink.
All right. A little White Snake Hendrix crossover event here.
There's going to be a little, controlled substances that are going to be assumed in your vision.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Let me know what you want to do.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be for good cause, and I'm going to have a blast.
Yeah. I'll be there. Our game is postponed. I'm telling my brother now. And Dwayne, if you're watching, postponed. We're going to start our game on Saturday night on 9, and we're going to watch Eric. If you want me to run color game, feel free. Whatever you want, I'm in. I'll be here anyway. I think there will be no shortage of willing people to come in and join the show to taunt you that night. I mean, just saying.
Shannon will be in charge of that. We'll see.
All right.
I don't know. Let's not make it too confusing for the nearly 11-year-old. Right? We don't want to overwhelm her.
Here comes the excuses.
I want to overwhelm her.
I used to want me and Tim and Jackson taunting his ass.
Listen, I might put an invite out and give it to you, Joe, and put you in charge of inviting people.
All right.
Maybe that happens, but we'll get there when we get there.
All right.
Listen, we've already touched on the world of COVID. All I'm going to say is use your common sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. All right. I'm not telling you what common sense is. Just use it. All right.
And whatever you do, don't touch on other things while Eric's wearing that shirt because
and don't touch yourself. Oh my God! And if you do, don't tell me. All right. It's all.
He's asking for screenshots, is what.
No. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. And I'll be back tomorrow with Rach. And I don't know if you're lucky, maybe I'll put up a small short earlier in the day, like I did today.
Dude, my brother just sent me a clip of me ranting about the bad box. So if I could figure out a way to get it off my phone or over to you, you might be able to post that as a standalone video or something.
That could be.
That might be a way to sell our bigger show is to do little standalones. You know what I mean?
Joe the lawyer ranting. I tell you, he's ranting.
A little better now. I guess the edible kicked in. So Anywho.
All right, folks.
Later, guys.
Thank you much. Laters.
Bye-bye.